We continue on at the Tonawanda Bowling Center as Storm Beat the Champ presented by BowlersMart. Here's the lineup for today. We bring back our 7-time and undefeated champion, Sam Dewitt III, to face one of these three bowlers, Geno Walh, Parker Flis, or Tim Doan. Hi, everybody. I'm Paul Peck with Buffalo Bowling Hall of Famer Sue Nawojski. Sam Dewitt has been such an amazing story, so incredible to watch. The epic wins last week against Mike Zarcone and Michael Weber. What's it going to take to knock this guy off?
I don't know. It's such an incredible amount of experience that he has. But we've got three bowlers today that are gunning for him, and we'll just see what they have to bring to the table.
Yeah, some young guns, some two-handers, some different styles. All a matter of figuring out what these lanes behind us are going to do, and then trying to figure out how to beat Sam Dewitt III. Should be another fun week here in Tonawanda, New York. It is Storm Beat the Champ presented by BowlersMart. Let's get rolling. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. By Latina Boulevard Foods, your favorite family in food distribution. And by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, log on to GoBowlingNewYork.com to find a center near you. And we get started with Geno Walh taking on Parker Flis to get us going week number 3 here at the Tonawanda Bowling Center. The winner of our 2 matches coming up then takes on Sam Dewitt to try to take away that title. And Parker Flis, first look at him here on Beat the Champ. It's his debut, 22 years old from West Seneca, New York. First two-hander we have had on the show here in Tonawanda.
A nice smooth down and in two-hander, not covering a whole lot of boards, going up the lane pretty nicely.
Parker Flis is an interesting story in the fact that he was a really good youth bowler, then kind of got away from it a little bit, wound up playing a little more volleyball than bowling when he went to college at the Rochester Institute of Technology. And talking to Parker before, he really only bowls in one league, one night a week, one league, but this was one of these kind of things where, hey, I'm going to give it a shot, and hey, I'm going to give it a shot, and here he is on TV.
Yeah.
He is very close with and really good buddies with Mike Weber, who we saw on our first 2 shows, and he said Mike Weber has really helped him understand the dynamics of being here on TV. And now Geno Walh with his first shot. Second appearance on Beat the Champ for Geno Walh. The only other time we saw him was the last time we were here at the Tonawanda Bowling Center, Season 1, 2024. Now, Geno averaged .238 in the 3 matches he competed in a year ago, so he certainly does like this place.
Yep. Oh, we've seen that.
That
been a troublesome spare
you
here.
need to come up with a nickname for that cluster of 4 pins.
It's a bucket.
It's a bucket. Well, no one has kicked the bucket, or they've all, frankly, kicked the bucket so far in this match, so far through 3 shows. Scoring and stats, powered by Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill since 1927. Yeah, I think all our bowlers would like to kick the bucket because we have seen far too much of that.
Got that one in a little bit and got away with it. That left him a fairly easy spare, but when you see it kind of comes off his hand early. Little double dribble there in the middle of the lane, but he was fortunate it just sat there.
Yeah, I think the one thing we've learned through our first 2 weeks here at the Tonawanda Bowling Center is these lanes will bite you back and bite back hard. Spare in the second frame for Geno Walh.
You know, it's just your mentality today has to be to fill frames. It's not thinking about throwing 3 or 4 baggers. You just got to fill frames, and that's going to keep you in all these matches.
Yeah, we've had a couple of matches that were 230s. We had a 268 from Mike Weber in our very first match, but everything has been right around 200. The winners have been right around 200.
200 has been a good score.
Second frame now for the two-hander Parker Flis. And that's
Great
a nice
shot.
strike here. So we're talking a little bit about the challenges of the lane conditions here. Dive in a little deeper for us.
Well, the reasoning for this not playing like a house shot is because it is not a house shot. You look, you see a 4.62 to 1 ratio. That generally means that it's a flatter pattern. You still see, you know, that kind of Christmas tree kind of look to it that looks like it's getting more oil in the middle, but the truth of the matter is a lot less oil in the middle. So there's you're looking at a medium scoring condition. When you're looking, maybe 10 to 1 would be a house shot. So it's less forgiving, and you're going to have to be a lot more accurate.
Yeah, and again, that has kept our scores down, but it has kept the mental part of bowling up for all of our bowlers. A little wobble there, but it won't go down, and will leave a little mini split here for Parker Flis.
Yep, it's a good shot. He's getting it down the lane really well, and just a hair high. Could have easily been the 4 or the 9. Bad break there, leaving both. Makeable. He can slide the 4 into the 9.
There you get a good look at the angle difference between that 4 and the 9. So what you want? Where
You're
you want to go?
just
You
gonna
want
shoot it like
to go
you're
for the
shooting
4?
a 7-pin. Just in your mind, you're shooting a 7-pin.
Well, he put a good
He
run.
would have made the 7-pin.
He did that one-handed too. The spare ball.
So he has a thumb.
He was a one-handed bowler when he was younger, and then made the switch to two-handed bowling.
I know we've talked about it a number of times, but you can go back and forth as long as you use every hole in the ball.
All right, so each guy has an open. Here's Geno Walh in the third frame. And now that means everybody has had an open, a spare, and a strike in the first 3 frames.
Right, so they're bowling on a fresh condition here. So, I mean, it's up. They're really going to dictate how this pattern evolves and how they play it. They're both playing a little straighter than we saw people bowl in the weeks past. And, you know, the rest of the day is going to play out kind of based on how these guys started out.
46 years old from Lackawanna, New York is Geno Walh with a 226 average. Oh, boy. Heart skipped a beat there when he was looking at a 710. He'll get lucky and not have to deal with that. A couple of leagues that he bowls in every week for Geno Walh. And, again, a guy that we have had on our show before and is a pretty high-level bowler when we see him. And he missed that.
Yeah.
And that's a bad mistake.
This is a challenging lane condition, and you have to really put all of your thought and execution into your first shot, but you can't let that drop off on your second shot. And think about that as just being routine, and that's kind of part of the thing is you put so much thought into the first shot that you just go up and throw the ball on the second shot, and sometimes, you know, those opens cost you.
Not the first time that Parker Flis has bowled on television. He was 13 years old when that happened for the first time. So he's a little familiar with what goes on here with the lights and the cameras and all the other action. And right now, it looks like these two guys are sort of trying to feel themselves out.
So he generally has no push away. So it's really kind of hard to judge someone's timing. Your push away should be with your right foot, and he doesn't have one. He just drops it back. So in this case, you know, I think his feet got a little fast, and he kind of looked like he stuck, but it wasn't really as much sticking as it was just being off balance.
This time the spare attempt will be a two-handed attempt, and it will successfully get Parker a spare in the fourth frame.
Yeah, one thing we know about, you know, this more difficult scoring condition is that your spares are going to be critical. I mean, you keep the ball in play and leave yourself something makeable, you're already ahead of the game. So, you know, not having opens and having reasonable pin count on your first ball is a great thing. It's not just about strings of strikes.
Fifth frame. And there's a very nice strike for Parker Flis. Here's the lane level view.
That read the lane just perfectly.
Fifth frame for Geno Walh, and that's his nicest shot of the match. High 877 series in his bowling career. Bowled in high school at Lackawanna High School. Had an 877 series in a Buffalo City tournament, considered one of his biggest achievements. Helped win a city doubles scratch tournament a few years ago. So lots of nice achievements on the career of Geno Walh.
Did you check out his bowling idol?
Well, I was just going to say, all those achievements pale in comparison to him telling us that his bowling idol is Joe Ciccone, who happens to be our producer of Beat the Champ. Of course, Joe is our idol as well, too, for the way that he puts this show on. And Geno a little disappointed there. He couldn't get that to slide over and take out the 10-pin.
We were supposed to end that with a messenger. Come on, Geno.
And it's a spare in the sixth frame, and it takes us to a timeout here. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
We continue with Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart. It's week 3 here at the Tonawanda Bowling Center. This is match number 1. You see Geno Walh in the background. You see Parker Flis getting ready to go for the 6th frame. Nobody has a double yet in this match. Here's a chance for Parker Flis to do it.
Right, that would give him a 20-pin lead. So he's looking to make a really good shot here.
There you go.
Very good.
Residential Services Coordinator, while he is attending grad school, is what Parker Flis stays busy with. 3 career 300s and a 779 high career series. Bowled in high school at West Seneca West, and as I mentioned, bowled for a year or so at RIT while he was also playing volleyball there at the same time.
Well, it's good to see him back to bowling.
Yeah, and again, if you're friends with Mike Weber, that inevitably means, what are you doing tonight? Well, I'm bowling. Why don't you come with me? Right?
Does Mike hang out with anybody other than two-handers? I mean.
And we're going to see another buddy of Mike Weber's, a former college teammate of his, coming up in our next match. Well, it's funny. I had a chance to talk to Parker's dad, and I said, "You the one that got him into bowling?" He goes, "No, not really." He goes, I more pushed him to play baseball and do a bunch of other sports, but we had some family members that owned a bowling center, and he just sort of gravitated to it and really liked it, and that's a little bit of Parker's bowling story. And part of the bowling story of right now is a second open frame here in the 7th.
Yeah, those 1-pin spares are
you're getting
something you really have to make.
You're getting a little feeling about who wants to win this match.
I still think that when you know, the 1-pin spares, when you miss it, it's just lack of concentration.
Well, a little late fall there for Geno Walh makes it a little easier spare for him here in the 7th.
Again, when you're bowling leagues and you're bowling, you know, in your routine events, city tournament, whatever, you're not really seeing these shots that force you to execute to the extent that you have to execute. I mean, you get away with so much that you don't really even realize that you're getting away with it. And these type of conditions expose everything.
Eighth frame now for Geno Walh after spares in 6 and 7 in a match that is up for grabs. So every good shot counts.
Every makeable spare, critical. 10 pins separating these two.
Do you think in general bowlers like the challenge that these lanes are throwing at them? I mean, everybody wants to put big scores up and have it be nice and easy. Do you think these guys accept the challenge or are wondering why is it so much more difficult than what I'm used to?
Well, that's a great question, because your league bowler, say your 190 to 205 average league bowler that really only sees a certain condition, will see the scoring pace of this, and the cut was 620, between 620 and 640. So those seem like very makeable numbers until you come to bowl on it and realize that you have zero margin for error. So I'd say that it's an attraction to bowlers who compete on a higher level than league bowling. League bowlers would struggle on this because it's so different from what they see. And equipment matters too. I mean, you have to have equipment that gives you the ball reaction that you need. And when you're bowling league, you generally have balls drilled up for the place that you're bowling. So it doesn't always extend to other places, other surfaces. Like last month we were at Cherry Laurel, and that is wood, and it's going to play in, and it's going to be, you're going to need less aggressive equipment. And here is an AMF HPL surface, and someplace else will be a Brunswick synthetic surface. So you have to have a nice arsenal of equipment to match up to these different surfaces to make you look your best.
Another sleeper situation here for Parker Flis, and he gets it. Well, not only do you have to have the equipment, you have to know when to use it, when to switch to it, this is the right kind of ball for this situation. And as you've always said on this show, that is only the really good bowlers can lock that in. Right.
I mean, there's just so much education involved. And the house shots kind of make that process a lot easier for you. But when you start branching out into these medium scoring or closer to difficult scoring conditions, now what you want to happen on the lane can be made easier with equipment that does it for you, or at least helps you along those lines.
Ninth frame now for Parker Flis. Way right, and it stayed way right. That's not quite a bucket, but you might want to throw a bucket at that shot. Or put that shot in a bucket and throw it out. Or maybe jump in a barrel and throw that barrel over Niagara Falls. That's been known to have happened before. Only about 20 minutes away, 15, 20 minutes away from where we are.
This back pin is a little easier to get to because most of the ways that you're going to hit the 5 will take that out.
And
just like that.
Well done by Parker Flis. Had him over a barrel, and he was able to recover from that.
Yep. We're getting into a must-strike situation here for Geno as we're closing in to the end of this match. He's going to need a double to catch up. He's down Less than 10, but still needs that extra strike to get that extra 10 in.
Only 2 strikes so far for Geno, and there
And I
is a
shook 4.
much needed 3rd strike in the 9th frame.
All right, a double and good count will guarantee him the win.
And nice pin action. Watch that 4-pin, the last one to go down.
That's easy for me to say sitting here talking about it because it's a lot tougher on that lane condition right now.
You should be happy that you're sitting here talking about it,
so
not
happy.
out there trying to bowl. Not based on what we've seen.
Oh, good
Oh,
shots.
again, from a 7-10 split to at least a spare with only the 10-pin up. Boy, that shot looked, everything about it looked right.
That ball is designed to not do a whole lot in the back. He's trying to control the back ends. And for that reason, it kind of is running out of steam when it hits. But that's not to say that pin collision can do a little work for you. But he's looking for something that's going to smooth out those back ends, and he's compromising a little carry with it.
All right, so just a fill ball to come here in the 10th frame for a final score to be posted up by Geno Walh. Will it be enough to advance him to match number 2 against Tim Doan?
There's
Not
your bucket.
exactly what he. Yeah, there you go, another bucket. So put the final score of 171 in a bucket. Will it be the bigger bucket? We'll find out.
Yep, still needs a mark to win, though.
And if Parker Flis advances, it'll be 22-year-old Parker Flis versus 19-year-old Tim Doan.
No.
All right, Parker Flis, 10th frame.
Oh, let's make this interesting.
Why not? Why should it not be interesting?
Oh,
It's sleeper time, not sleepy time, but sleeper time again.
that's right.
If it's not been a bucket, it's been a sleeper about 70% of the time. So
Making him earn it, that's
yeah,
for sure.
Geno's still got some life here. Parker Flis looks down the lanes at those 2 pins that he needs to win. Got him. And that will advance Parker Flis onto match number 2. It'll be Parker Flis and Tim Doan. Match 2 here at the Tonawanda Bowling Center.
We're going to assume he can get these 2 pins here, but
Yeah, I probably jumped the gun there a little bit on you, but we have faith in Parker to get 2 pins. And how about 2 pins plus 8 more? The strike caps off the 180, 171 win. Flis, Doan, match 2 next. It's 22-year-old Parker Flis and 19-year-old Tim Doan, match number 2 for the right, privilege, or unenviable duty of having to bowl against Sam Dewitt III in our championship game. But both of these guys will bring it on and say, bring it on, I'll take my chances. Here's Tim Doan making his Beat the Champ debut. 19 years old from Victor, New York, outside of Rochester. Another 2-hander and another picket fence. If it's not a bucket, it's a picket fence or a sleeper today,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it does seem like the ball's doing one of 2 things. It's either running out of steam or it's going a little too aggressive and, hitting on the higher side for this 3-6-10. In this case, he tried to play up the lanes, which we've seen players do. In this case, the ball was just too aggressive.
So we'll see the spare skills of Tim Doan right off the bat here. And not too
Perfect.
shabby. Spare in the first frame for Tim Doan. And here's Parker Flis coming off that 180 to 171 win over Geno Walh to advance on for his first Beat the Champ victory. Battle of the two-handers here. We haven't seen a lot of two-handers lately, and I don't know that I can remember the last time we've seen two of them going head-to-head like this.
Well, being that Mike brought these fellows from his college, I mean,
Yeah.
show you that on that level, two-handed is probably more than norm.
Yeah, so the connection between both of these guys is Michael Weber, who was our champion here 2 weeks ago and who battled Sam Dewitt before losing last week. Michael Weber is friends with Parker Flis. They have been for a long time, and he was teammates in college with Tim Doan. And there is Michael Weber looking on. I wonder, who's he rooting for in this one, Sue? Is his buddy or his college teammate, or both or neither? Spare in the first frame for Parker Flis, but Michael Weber is the connective tissue between these two guys right now. And it's not just Michael, because there's Michael. Lawrence Tech University in Southfield, Michigan is where he bowled. It's where Tim bowls. And then the first competitor when we started 2 weeks ago, Jaron Kurashige, also a bowler at Lawrence Tech, which is one of the better bowling universities, smaller colleges in the country. Matter of fact, NAIA champions a couple of years ago. And there's Jaron standing right next to Mike, cheering on their buddy Tim.
Well, it certainly is a nice bond for these guys. Friendships that stand the test of time. Started with bowling.
And I think, Parker Flis is probably feeling a little more comfortable, certainly after winning the first match, but because he had a chance to really talk to his buddy Mike Weber about the competition, about this level of competing, and really Mike gave him some good advice and got him to calm down, because as we mentioned, Parker has not really been a high-level bowler like these guys are. He kind of does it more because he loves it casually. So, he was able to get some advice on how to handle all of this through his friend Mike.
Well, and the nice thing is he happened to fall in line with some bowlers that are not super experienced on the show. So they're kind of all in the same boat together until you get to the top, of course, because the top of this mountain is pretty tough. But at least the players, you're bowling against other people kind of in the same boat as you.
Good power and speed on the two-handed shot from Tim Doan. Just leaves that 4-pin. Okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. I can do this. It's not a bucket. It's not a sleeper. It's just a 1-pin spare, and I got it. Tim Doan, as I mentioned, from Victor, New York, bowled for the Victor Blue Devils high school team and helped them achieve some nice honors during his time there. Has a high 836 series, and then now has moved on to Lawrence Technological University in Michigan, where he bowls.
See, he's wearing his team bowling shirt.
Yeah, all those guys have, Mike Weber and Jaron have all been rocking the blue and silver of Lawrence Tech.
What a
Nice
great shot. That's a moneymaker right there. What a great shot.
So Parker Flis now, if he didn't know it for sure, probably knows after watching that shot that he's in for a battle here. Hey, at the very least, all these guys, if they're all going to go hang out at Mike Weber's house after we're done here, we'll have something fun stuff to talk about.
They sure will. Like how hard these lanes are.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not coming back to Buffalo if the lanes are going to be this hard.
No, you would think they would, in their college career, they would have bowled on all kinds of stuff similar to this.
And there's a double for Parker Flis. Yeah, and I'm sure that's probably some of the conversation, which is these guys are bowling at a high-level college for national championships, and these are the kind of conditions that you're going to see.
Right.
And better to be ready for them now than be surprised by them later.
But I think that's kind of how they made this cut, too, because the cut, we had over 100 entries for this. So
Record-setting number of entries for single-day qualifying.
that's right. So with that being said, they beat a lot of bowlers to get here.
Can Parker Flis make it a triple? No. Well, I do appreciate the smile on his face, because if it was me, I wouldn't be smiling if that's what happened.
It's not like watching, some of our more veteran players like Mike Zarcone, there would be no smile.
No.
But he's enjoying the moment.
Let's see what Parker can do with this.
Oh.
Not a bad attempt,
Not a bad attempt at all.
All right, well, it's going to be an 8-pin open in the fourth frame for Parker Flis. It is BTC right here at the TBC. We'll be back ASAP.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends,
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
we are
The bowling proprietors.
of Western New York.
Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
12X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
Fourth frame now for Tim Doan. And there's his first double of the match.
Wow, it seems like he just got comfortable really fast. I mean, these last two shots were so solid at the line. Great ball speed, great follow through. It was like a switch flipped and he got comfortable.
Not unexpected, right? First time in a situation like this, first time on TV. Hey, if it only took him 2 frames to get comfortable, good for him, because we've seen a lot of bowlers where it took 10 frames and they still weren't comfortable. And again, I got to think some of the college experience for Tim, it helps maybe shorten that transition period. Fifth frame now.
Beautiful.
How about 3 in a row?
That's as pretty as it gets right there.
It sure is. I know you're not the biggest expert on this, but When you see the two-handers, is it more repeatable than being a standard one-handed bowler? Is it, what are the challenges that you're aware of that you've been told that are involved in learning how to be good at that style?
Well, I think the rev rate and the pin collision is what they're looking for, which gets less. It becomes less of a factor when you're talking about sport shots because you're looking to open the lane up and get more room and then throw pins all over the place. So if you are in a situation where you need to be accurate, I don't know if they're as accurate because what you're looking for is just maximum carry. And there's a conversation out there about string pins, and string pins is kind of like where the game is headed because of lack of mechanics, and as the machines age and the lane mechanics are not as prevalent, it's just easier to put in string pins and alleviate the need for a mechanic. With that, you lose the pin collision because the pins aren't going to slide around.
That's
They're on
right.
strings.
Yeah.
So you're not going to throw pins all over the place. You're not going to get messengers. It's a little different look, but it really is the great neutralizer for what the game has been, what's been created with the two-handers. So it just seems like for every action, there's a reaction, right? So the reaction of string pins is kind of going to negate all of that extraordinary pin collision.
Well,
that ups the scoring pace.
That was a good-looking shot, but it stayed a little bit right, and that's why Parker has yet another spare to figure out.
He does smile after every shot, though.
I haven't seen him
Either
not
he's
smile.
having a great time, or
I've seen him. He's been smiling the whole time, and that's awesome. I do think there's a little bit of I can't quite believe I'm here, and I'm just going to have fun with it. Spare in the sixth frame for Parker Flis. Again, we said he only bowls once a week. He's gotten away from the sport a little bit, and it was literally just, hey, I'm going to give this a shot, or talking to his buddy Mike Weber, like, why don't you try? Why don't you come on out? Well, not only does he come out, he makes the show, he gets on TV, he wins a match. So you're talking about playing with house money. You spend a lot of time in Vegas. I know you know what that means.
and I think he's having a good time.
Yeah, I think he is too. Tim Doan's having a good time. He has had 3 strikes in a row as he gets set for frame number 6. Four in a row. Tim Doan gets set for the 7th frame. He is working 4 strikes in a row. How about 5? Really taking control of this match after spares in the first 2 frames. What have you seen different from Tim Doan?
I'm telling you, it just seems like a confidence level that kicked in, or a comfort level that kicked in. No nerves or anything. I'm just starting with that 3rd shot, and he's just gotten very confident and comfortable. Ball reaction will do that for you.
Winner of this match moves on to our championship title match against 7-time winner Sam Dewitt III.
Nice shot there.
First strike since the 3rd frame for Parker Flis. Always smiling. Love it. Well, he he would certainly love, and you want to see him smile? How about starting to put a few strikes in a row together? There you go.
Great.
2 in a row for Parker Flis. And the big smile that you can see
I
as
think he's
expected.
getting taunted from the crowd. I'm not sure.
Taunted? We have people taunting our bowlers? I think it's some of the leftover Geno Walh cheering section that's taunting him a little bit. 8th frame now for Tim Doan. 5 strikes in a row. And that streak now comes to an end.
He's built up a nice, comfortable lead here, though. That's just a light hit that got some nasty pin collision on.
Yeah, it did see some pins really go flying
Go
on that
away,
one, but it
yeah.
just didn't take anything out.
It took out the pin that was coming across to get those 2 pins.
Oh, I see. There you go. And again, what Tim has done really well is make the spares when necessary. So again, 3 spares and 5 strikes through the first 8 frames. No mistakes, no misses, just a good, clean sheet right now. Well, and if Tim can keep this up, forget about whatever classes he needs to take at Lawrence Tech University. He's going to get a master's class in bowling in our next match against Sam Dewitt III.
Well, all he's got to do is stay clean at this point, even if he strikes out here. Tim's just going to need a spare.
Good form, nice reaction. The whole package there from Tim Doan. So 9th frame now for Parker Flis, and it may be a little too late anyway, but still want to finish strong and put some pressure on. Is that almost a bucket?
Almost a bucket.
Almost a bucket. Okay.
Enough to mathematically take him out of this match,
Gotcha.
though.
All right, so it is Tim Doan that will advance to our championship match to try to be the first person to do something no one has done so far, and that is beat Sam Dewitt III.
I have to think that Sam is taking a look at this and, maybe seeing some reasonable competition coming up. I mean, this young man had not only hit the pocket, but he's had really good carry.
So 10th frame now for Parker Flis. Not a bad return to TV bowling for the first time in 8 years, 7 years since the last time he was on TV. Way right, and it stayed right. But the smile has never left his face, because this has got to be a pretty cool moment, and we appreciate that, and we appreciate that about Parker, that he is enjoying the moment.
Definitely came up against a buzzsaw here. Tim's going to post a pretty big score on this particular scoring condition.
Only able to get 2 of the 3. And it's a 183 for Parker Flis, but the score for Tim Doan's going to be bigger and better than that. It's Doan and Dewitt in our championship match. It is next. You're watching Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart on YouTube.
Like and subscribe to our channel now. Don't miss any of the action.
Championship match, Sam Dewitt III and Tim Doan ready to go at it here at the Tonawanda Bowling Center. The winner to be our newest or most successful Beat the Champ winner, because Sam Dewitt has won this 7 different times, more than anybody. Tim Doan looking for win number 1 and one of the bigger upsets we've had here on the show. And how about that to set the tone?
Very
I
nice.
am not here to be the young college kid to get run over by Sam Dewitt. I am here for a battle.
And we might have one on our hands.
37 years old from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Sam Dewitt III has won 7 Beat the Champ titles. He is number 1 in wins. He has not lost at all on this show. And boy, that thing kind of died at the end there. He was lucky that he got some pins to fall.
Well, I can tell you that in practice he was using this ball and it was rolling up beautifully. So, I mean, he might have been off by a hair and kind of surprised by the end result on that particular shot.
Last week, if you were with us, you saw 2 epic matches of Sam Dewitt knocking off Mike Zarcone, 239 to 234, and then having a little easier time to beat Michael Weber to win the championship, 214 to 184. Again, 7 championship matches for Sam Dewitt, 7 wins. The only reason he hasn't won more is because when he had the ability to come back as the champion, he had a conflict with a high-level season-ending PBA regional tour event that he had to be at, essentially, and chose to not come and defend his title here, which is why Sam has yet to lose on this show.
Both those shots did not roll up for him.
And it's almost a little bit of a surprise to not see Sam Dewitt with near-perfect shots, because that's what we have been used to.
Well, I think that the fact that this ball's not making the turn for him is actually a little bit of a surprise for him. I think he saw something a little bit different when he was warming up, whether he's amping it up a little bit and shooting it through the fronts a little bit, which is kind of what I'm anticipating, that's going just a little bit longer. He definitely is going to have something that he's going to have to get the ball to read a little bit sooner.
All right, spares in the first 2 for Sam Dewitt III. And now back to the 19-year-old from Victor, New York, Tim Doan. 229 is the average in right now in college, which is where he is bowling regularly at Lawrence Tech University. .237 to 183 was Tim's win over Parker Flis. That got him here to this championship.
Yep, that popped up a little bit, got right on him. And it's still rolled up. It rolled up and got close. You see he's going to got that all the way to the gutter. Maybe just a little bit too much to the right. Didn't have enough room to recover.
He's got a little Sam Dewitt in him that even his bad shots are good.
That's a good point.
So it's a spare in the second for Tim Doan. And again, the connection between Sam and Tim is Tim's former college teammate Michael Weber, who battled Sam Dewitt for the championship on our last show. And I'm sure, Michael kind of told him what he needs to be ready for when he's bowling such a good bowler like Sam Dewitt III. And there's Michael Weber looking on. And I would not be, look at that. Yeah, how about that for Tim Doan? Maybe things are falling in place for Mr. Doan here today.
That went from a terrible break to a good break. I mean, he was a little high on the head pin. There's no doubt about it. But that was an interesting way to trip the 4-9.
All right, so I know Sam knew it to begin with, but maybe he didn't know enough about Tim to know exactly what kind of a match he was going to be in here today. And I think after that, you go, all right, I'm in a match, all right.
Ball change. He definitely knew he needed the ball to read a little bit sooner, so he switched balls in order to do that.
So by that, you mean you wanted to break a little earlier.
Right. He wants the ball to break a little sooner.
Looking for a third straight spare, and Sam gets it. Always the stylish one is Sam Dewitt III. We never quite know what kind of outfit he's going to have on. And if you were with us last week, you saw his outfit was in honor of a friend of his who had passed away. And now we're just back to looking stylish.
He is that.
Yes, he is. Sam Dewitt has a 247 average right now, most of that coming from the PBA Regional Tour events that he regularly bowls in. Does bowl in one league in both the summer and the fall, and still looking for that first strike.
He is. He's not used to this struggle.
No, not at all. We're not used to seeing it. Air Force veteran is Sam Dewitt III and employed at the VA hospital in the Pittsburgh area now, which is why we call him the Steel City Striker. Right now, he's been the Steel City Sparer.
Wow, is that an interesting way to get that? You don't see that too often. Oof, straight up the left side. That's going at it straight, that's for sure. Watch this. He just...
he did, didn't he? Normally he
straighten that right out. No hook,
brings
no nothing.
that in as an angle, huh? All right, so Tim Doan, 2 strikes and a spare in the first 3 frames. If there's one thing Mike Weber told him, it's like take advantage. When you grab an advantage, take control of it. Our host center for Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart, is Tonawanda Bowling Center. You can find them online at tonawandabowling.net. They're just one of our many great host centers, and if you want details on how to be a part of Beat the Champ, just stop in at any of our host centers, and we might be seeing you here on the lanes. And if we do, and you're up against Sam Dewitt or Tim Doan, you better bring your A game, because it looks like it's going to take an A-plus game to win this match. How about a triple for Tim Doan?
That is putting some serious pressure on our champion.
I think the one thing that jumps out at you the most about Sam is that he has been in the title match 7 times and has not lost, which means he knows how to rise to the occasion and the importance. And even within the matches, he knows how to, if he's got somebody down, he puts them away, or he makes the shots to get himself back in it. And that's what we're going to find out now. And there's the first strike of the match for Sam Dewitt. Does he have the kind of game that can fight back from a quote-unquote slow start while his opponent is knocking a lot of pins down?
Well, he's down 25 right now, so it really doesn't matter. He has to keep applying pressure, but he can't change what Tim does. If Tim's locked in and he carries, then there's no beating him. He's got a 25-pin lead already.
So now the only way, it's up to Sam to keep striking and keep putting the pressure and see if it's Tim that may struggle with the pressure a little bit.
That's trouble.
That is trouble. Yes, it is. And I think you saw the brief reaction from Sam Dewitt. That confirms the trouble. Yeah, the eye roll and the what is going on sort of gesture. So Sam Dewitt a spare in the 6th. Is this the first time we see somebody beat him? Come on back, we'll find out.
X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
6th frame now for Tim Doan. You know, I have to think that, again, Tim is bowls and goes to college in Michigan, bowls there. Now, he's from outside of Rochester, but he's not kind of a guy who's engulfed in the bowling scene around here. Is it he doesn't know what he doesn't know? Like, and he doesn't know that Sam DeWitt's really good and I shouldn't be beating him?
Well, one thing that's consistent with talking to these bowlers that are highly successful, with Mike Weber, with Sam, they're only bowling their game. They're not looking at what their opponent's doing because they know they can't control it. So I think that's a mentality that you're taught to get to at this level. And, you know, there's really no defense. You just have to bowl your own game. And he's seen enough bowling alleys and enough bowling alley shots to just go up there and execute. And I think that's all he's worried about.
Now, everything that you said is true and accurate, but at some point, the human nature has to come into it, and he has to know how good Sam has been and what his credentials are, and all he has to do is watch him to know that. How do you fight to let that defensive part of this sport not get in your head?
I haven't seen it faze him one bit. I've not seen any worry or facial expression on this young man's face that says he has any concern. He seems to have enough confidence in his own game to throw strikes, and he knows if he throws strikes, he's going to be hard to beat.
Well, he threw 3 in a row and then a spare in the 6th, and now here in the 7th. More strikes would be welcome.
I mean, you said he's 19, right?
He is 19.
So is he even... Does he even acknowledge the pressure at this point? I mean,
I don't know. He doesn't look like it.
Probably had a lot of good things happen to him and just believes that that will continue on.
You know, and again, he's bowled on a team with Michael Weber, and he may be thinking, this guy can't be that much better than Michael Weber is. We know how good that is, too.
Pretty solid on his spares, too.
Yes, he is. He has not had an open frame in 2 matches.
I mean, you talk about nerves. If nerves are going to show, that's where it's going to show right there. It's going to show in making that 10-pin to stay ahead, because now, you know, he's kind of giving Sam the ability to pick up 10 pins on him just by nature that Sam can throw a double here and pick up 10, making that spare, you know, if he didn't, it could make that 30. And he seemed unfazed.
Well, I was about to say it is time for Sam DeWitt to start striking to get himself back in this match, and if I knew it, he knew it.
So you're looking at 23 pins difference separating the two of them that he can knock down to 13 with a strike here. I mean, so 13 pins makes this a whole lot more reachable.
And again, I think the gestures there show you that Sam knows exactly where he is and what he needs.
I mean, he's re-racking here. He hasn't thrown a strike yet on this left lane. And so to him, he's still trying to figure it out. And this is a must-strike situation. Oh, he went back to the other ball. He went back to the ball he started with. Needed a break there. I mean, he hit the pocket. He needed, good pin collision to get that 7 out. He knew how important that was.
Yeah, you can tell. Eighth frame now for Tim Doan. I got to think a couple of strikes here on his final shots will clinch this win.
Threw that aggressively, threw that with confidence. This was just a stone 7. Nothing he could have done about that.
Yeah, that just the pin went flying by it and didn't nick it.
Another critical spare here. Keep
making
it
the
at
spares,
12.
right? Keep making those spares. And he does. 3 spares in a row for Tim Doan, and he'll slide over to lane 39 for the 9th frame.
That's one thing about bowling on a college level, is those days are grinds. You're talking long days of bowling. You're talking back-to-back days. You're talking travel. I mean, the most important thing that's drilled into these kids' head is to make spares. I mean, especially one-pin spares. Just inexcusable to miss them. So that's the experience that he brings into this match, is the importance of making these spares.
What a big 9th frame strike for Tim Doan. You saw the look on Sam Dewitt's face before that shot. I think that look was a little predictive of what he knew could happen if that happened.
It's plain and simple. Tim has better ball reaction than Sam does. I mean, it's not just on the scoreboard. I mean, it is absolutely there for everyone to see. That is very good ball reaction for Tim.
And that's a strike in the 9th for Sam Dewitt III, who is not going to go away quietly. And if we head towards our expected outcome, that's the man who will be the first to beat Sam Dewitt III right here on Beat the Champ and end his run of 7 consecutive championships, although not consecutively over the number of weeks because of that break that we talked about. He'll also be flat out the first bowler to beat Sam Dewitt at any point. Sam had been 10 wins and 0 losses in his matches on our show.
His first double of the match.
Yeah, and maybe too little too late. Where was that about 5 frames ago, I think is probably what Sam might be thinking. Three in a row for Sam Dewitt III, and he'll have a chance at one more.
It's kind of interesting with what happened here. And the started with that ball, had two bad ball reactions with it, 2 bad results, put it away. Didn't have a terrible shot, but nothing that was going to give him any carry with the other ball. And at the last minute, went back to this ball and found something. So that's a decision you make. If he would have stuck with it, would have made any difference? It's hard to say.
Yeah, I said you think he maybe is regretting that a little bit. That seems inevitable that you would rethink that. And it's 4 straight strikes to end. Nobody expected Sam Dewitt to go away quietly, and he posts a 2-15 and puts a little bit of the pressure back on Tim Doan. So a spare and 9 is what Tim Doan needs to win. And nothing Sam Dewitt can do but not watch. And there's a strike to start the 10th for Tim Doan.
That's it.
And that will do it. It's an upset in the Beat the Champ world. Anybody that beats Sam Dewitt III would be considered generating an upset, and that's what has happened here from the 19-year-old college bowler Tim Doan. He has defeated Sam Dewitt III, the first person to do it, and it's Tim Doan that is our new Beat the Champ winner. And that sets up the possibility of him facing his old college buddy Micah Weber on next week's show. We'll ask Tim about that and the big win when we return to the Tonawanda Bowling Center.
Presented by BowlersMart.
Plenty of options.
Chamois, jerseys, balls bags, and shoes. The highest quality products you'll find on the market, and here at BowlersMart, we make sure to find the correct access point of any bowler to maximize their benefits from our products and ensure a great experience. Stop by today and let us help you, because at BowlersMart, every bowler matters.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends.
Great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are
The Bowling Proprietors.
of Western New York.
Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By BowlersMart, trusted by bowlers around the world since 2004. And by the Bowling Proprietors Association of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today. Congratulations to our new champion, Tim Doan. Pulls off one of the biggest wins on our show. We'll see him next week right here on Storm Beat the Champ, presented by BowlersMart.